Welcome to the 36th episode of the Mayor's Mixtape. I'm Haley Sue Robinson, Director of Public Affairs for the City of Pueblo.
And I'm Pueblo Mayor Heather Graham.
And you can find our podcast on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Buzzsprout, wherever you get your podcasts. You can also watch us on Channel 17. And don't forget, if you have questions or a topic suggestion, you can email us, mayor@pueblo.us. First, before we start, Mayor, I think we should wish all of our veterans Happy Veterans Day.
Yes, Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day to everyone. Last night at City Council, we had a proclamation for our Purple Heart recipients. And I thought it was really interesting. Sal Katz mentioned that we have 13,000 veterans here in Pueblo. And you think about that, a city, 113,000 people, so 13,000 veterans.
10th of our population.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. So just want to say thank you to all of our veterans who have served. And, it just makes us really proud to be the home of heroes today, and a nice reminder of why it's great to be an American for the people who have served our country.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, we have over 100 veterans who work for the City of Pueblo. So we also have quite a few veterans who work for us, which is incredible. Okay. We took a little brief hiatus last week.
Yep.
But I thought maybe we could have a little bit of election follow-up. So I wanted to see if there was anything you wanted to talk about in particular after the election, Mayor.
It's a good day in Pueblo because I'm still the mayor here for the 36th episode. So ballot measures that passed were
to be the half-cent sales tax.
Half-cent sales tax, keeping the half-cent sales tax for an additional 5 years, starting in 2027.
Yep. And then 2F.
2F, which was allowing the city employees to run for office. So,
and that allows city employees to run for office, which still excludes city council. Right. We can't run for city council. That would be a conflict of interest the entire time, and none of us would ever be able to vote on anything. But it allows folks to run for school board, for Senate, Congress, things like that.
Yep.
Yeah, so those both passed, and we're happy about that.
Yeah, the 1% overwhelmingly failed.
Sure did.
The changing the city manager failed. And then the pay raise for municipal officials also failed. And
then also binding arbitration. For our union failed as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 out of 6. We had a lot of ballot measures.
Yeah, there was a lot of ballot measures.
Yeah. Quite a few for the city. I know also we ran quite a few last November, and I think a lot of folks are just surprised by the changes that we're making or proposing for that matter.
What people didn't understand is everything that we do is based off of the charter.
Right.
And the city council nor I can just change the charter. I mean, even if it's changing a word, that has to go in front of a vote of the people. So I know last year we had a lot of cleanup of language that's just outdated or incorrect now at this point. And so anytime that we have to change anything in the charter, it has to go to a vote of the people.
Yeah. But also great to see that we're making these changes or proposing these changes. And I think it also helps people maybe get a little more involved and ask some questions.
Yeah. And we have 3 new city council members. So big congratulations to Ted Hernandez, District 3.
Yes.
Selena
Ruiz
Gomez for at-large. Brett Boston retained his seat for at-large.
It's technically officially an elected official
now. And then Diane Dante for District 1. So look forward to the change-up and working with everybody. Everybody was there in the audience last night for the city council meeting. So I think that's super important. I've seen a lot of when they were just candidates before coming and
Sure.
listening to the budget discussions. And I think that that's really important when you're going to, run for office, that you're involved and that you know what's going on. So we're going to take some time over the next couple weeks and sit down with each of the new members and
get them up to speed.
Take them around and introduce them to different departments and directors, and just see how we can help them.
Great. And then they will be officially sworn in January 12th. Mm-hmm. That's the first regular meeting in January. And then we also have a new Civil Service Commissioner, Stephen Rodriguez, and he will be sworn in at that same meeting as well. So we'll have four new members sworn in at that meeting, and then we'll welcome them to the city.
Great.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so we'll talk about City Council last night. They approved the service agreement with Crossover Health for the Employee Health Clinic, which is proposed to go in the Dittmer building. And if folks aren't maybe familiar with the Dittmer building, that's the building that's right before you get into City Park.
Mm-hmm. The old surgery center.
Correct. And our HR director, Marissa Pacheco, stated that her staff report that this would save the city about $2.6 million over the next couple of years. What are the next steps for the health clinic?
Yeah, so now we have entered into an agreement.
Okay.
It's very minimal renovations to the space, so they're only going to be occupying the first floor.
Okay.
The second and third floor will remain occupied by our parks department, which have all been currently in that building.
Sure.
So it's going to be a shared space.
Okay.
And it's some paint, it's some new doors. It's very minimal renovations because we haven't really done any work to that building. Pending.
Well, and it was a former clinic anyway.
Yeah, pending the outcome of City Council approving the contract. Okay. So, I think Mrs. Pacheco said that it would be first quarter, around March by the time we are actually up and running. So, super, super cool, super successful project overall. The whole self-insurance plan for the City of Pueblo, it saved the city a ton of money, and hoping to continue to save money. And also give a perk for our employees and their families, being able to have a health clinic that you can go to, any time of the day, get in right away.
Yeah.
We have 1,800 people on our health insurance plan between employees and their families. And so if you really think about that, the majority of those employees go to the health clinic, that really frees up a lot of space in our community. And so we know we have such a need for physicians, primary care physicians, that this is going to be beneficial for everybody.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of great benefits as employees of the city, and there's some things that our HR department has done regularly, like, flu shot clinic or B12 and acupuncture, or, our wellness fair that we do every year. But this is something that I think there's a little bit of hesitation from some folks who are everyday taxpayers of like, hey, how does this benefit us? But I think you nailed it when you said, when we have 1,800 people that are served by our health insurance plan, that allows more people the opportunity to seek their own primary care physician. And that's an issue in a lot of cities. It's not unique to Pueblo.
And this is also solely being paid by the employees
of
the
we're
City
paying
of Pueblo.
For it. Right.
So it's not coming out of our general fund. It's coming out of our self-insurance reserve, so money that they have paid in since 2019, and this is what the employees want to do, and so we're gonna support that.
Yeah, I know it'll also be great, just for our first responders. Yeah. Also, we have really good health benefits for whether it be therapy or just regular checkups and things like that, and so it gives us an opportunity that I don't have to worry about, do I have to drive across town and wait in line, and do I have to wait a couple weeks, or hours and hours at urgent care or something like
the
that.
emergency room. That's what really costs the city is when there's no other option and plans of going to the emergency room for something that could have been taken care of at a primary care visit.
Yeah. So it's exciting. We're looking forward to it. Okay. Also last night, council approved the $600,000 for the Convergys site redevelopment. This passed 5-2, and I know this was one of your major blight issues that you talked about in your press conference a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So can you talk? I know we've talked a little bit about this project. Can you talk a little bit more?
Yeah. So this is a public-private development going on at the Convergys, so Northern and Ormond. The large call center the roof has caved in. It's caught on fire. It's a huge blighted area for Bessemer. It's also in a TIF district. So the city is going to help to incentivize Circle K, which is going to be purchasing the entire property from Convergys. They are going to have a gas station and a small food market, 1,200 square feet food market. It's right in the middle of a food desert, so that's great. And Circle K only needs 40% of the entire property, so they'll be on the first half butting up to Northern Avenue, and then they are going to give the city the other 1.6 acres. And then the city is going to turn around and offer it to a housing developer to try to bring some workforce housing in. So it's a project that touches many of the needs of the community when we're talking about food, blight removal, and housing. So the city is going to use $600,000. That money comes from previous years' budgeted demolition accounts. So the city budgets a couple $100,000 every year to remove blighted property.
Right.
And if you look at those project numbers, you'll see like CI 1405. Well, the 14 in the middle of it stands for that money was allocated in 2014. So you can see in some of those projects that money has just been sitting in these accounts for 10 years. So that was one of the things when I first became the mayor, is going through all the city's financials, and any of those accounts that had remaining balances, putting them to good use, right?
Not closing just those project accounts and consolidating the money.
And reusing the money. And so that's where all of this funding is coming from. It's coming from demolition accounts that had, previously had been budgeted, and maybe the project didn't take up the entire amount of money that was budgeted.
And then, I think there were some good questions from Councilor Gomez about safety concerns. And so our housing director, Melissa Cook, address some of those things, such as, if we put up attainable housing, what about safety or security for that property, and ensuring that it is a good, safe neighborhood. And so Melissa had addressed that as something that she spoke about with Councilor Latino, and it was the Compass Point apartments that are in his district, and putting up some fencing. Is that something that we can put as part of our RFP process, or talk to a developer?
Sure. I mean, it's something that we can ask for, but we're not this is attainable, affordable housing. You're still talking $1,200 to $1,400 a month potentially for rent. I mean,
you're talking about my mortgage payment. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not that it's low income. It's not that it's...
it's not cheap. Yeah.
It's not bad. It's... Councilor Gomez lives across the street. Sure. He sees what's happening now with the burned out, blighted area. So he can attest to the issues with crime. And so we're hoping if something, new comes in, new housing comes in, new neighbors come in, a grocery store comes in, you're going to see a fence starting maybe the end of this week going up around Bessemer Park. This is how you start to clean up and revitalize some of those areas where we see the most crime happening, where we see the most drug trafficking happening, is you go in and you rebuild. And so I think that this is going to be really good for the heart of Bessemer.
Sure. I think, one thing that we've seen as a decrease to crime, I take, for example, the former Roadway Inn. So we had many, many calls for service, right? And now that property has been cleaned up, it's been addressed. The calls for service have significantly decreased.
Very quiet.
We've heard from a lot of the businesses in the area how much better their business is. And so I think what we hope to see is, obviously you're going to see a decrease in calls for service for the fires that are started because there's nothing to set on fire anymore once it's demoed. But then, there's not as many places to hide and do all the nefarious things that folks are doing there. And so you're going to see calls for service with the police department drop there too. And then to your point, addressing a need in our community, whether it's homes in Bessemer, it's apartments on the west side, or infill development, we know that we need more housing in Pueblo. And so this is going to be a really great opportunity.
Oh, super excited.
Great. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and I know we've talked about this before as well, but you did mention it, that it is a TIF district. And I know Councilor Boston brought this up about it being a catalyst project. Can you talk a little bit about how or why this is defined as a catalyst project?
Yeah, so this will be the only new project that's going to be going up within this TIF district.
Okay.
So because the property is burned and blighted, and it's going to be demoed, instead of having a low property value on that site, having new development come in is going to raise the property taxes.
Got it. Okay.
Which will start generating above the base for any type of new public improvements for that area.
Great. So once we see that Circle K go up, that property value
will increase,
and then
that increase then stays in that district, and it can be tapped in to do public improvements.
And that can benefit other businesses in the neighborhood. It's not like it just benefits only that square block or
anybody in that district.
Great. Okay, cool. Okay. Anything else about last night's city council meeting that you think we should cover?
I think that's it.
Last night was first reading of the budget.
Yeah.
We'll have second reading, final reading on November 24th. And we're looking forward to that. But other than that, not very many. We had all the, like four ordinances passed, and then we had the special districts. Yep. But what we're looking forward to is the budget on November 24th.
Yep.
I think if folks are interested in looking at the budget, they can still go to the city clerk's office. They can come to the finance office. You can see it at any of the library branches. You can also see it online. So if folks are confused or have questions or even just want to look at it and see what we're planning for in 2026, they're able to do that as well. But this is a fun time of year. I know we had a lot of fun with Halloween, but I know this is one of your favorite times of year. So
yes, I have my trees up too already.
And it was funny. We had some people come into the office yesterday and they said, it looks like holiday confusion because we still have a couple pumpkins up and some Halloween decor. But we're transitioning to, Christmas time. I know the county's...
have our giving tree for...
Yep. We do that every year.
Central.
Mm-hmm. And then the county's getting ready for their courthouse lighting. We'll have the Riverwalk lighting. We'll also have the Parade of Lights.
Yep.
There's a lot of really fun Pueblo-centered
traditions. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I really love it. So I'm looking forward to that. We also have something exciting here in the office this Friday. Boys and Girls Club is going to do an art installation. You have a partnership with Pueblo Arts Alliance, and Boys and Girls Club said, hey, Arts Alliance, can you help us? We'd like to put up some of our students' artwork. So we'll have that on Friday, and we're looking forward to seeing that. They just had a big installation over at Rawlings Library for the month of October, so now we'll get to have it here in the mayor's office. And then just all these holiday events coming up.
Busy time.
It is a busy time. Yeah. Okay, great. Well, you can get this podcast on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Buzzsprout, wherever you get your podcast. Don't forget, you can email us your topic suggestions or questions at mayor@pueblo.us. And we'll see you next week.